Hey, welcome to SimCity 4. This is episode 1 of season 3. So we come zoom in here and you'll see that I put together our landing zone. This is the place for our people to come land on Mars. We have our spaceport, we have our space elevator, a couple of casinos, we have an airport, we also have a missile range and a federal prison. I've added in a whole bunch of plants and trees. I've made the streets be permanently dirt. They'll evolve into regular streets sometimes, but when I put them down, they start off as dirt. And I have all the dates synchronized. So when we build new cities, the dates are all going to be synchronized together. So let's go and found our new town. I'm excited to start building. I spent the last few days kind of putting this together, which was fun in its own right. So I'm going to go in this map here. I'm just going to fill in some trees really quick. And you'll notice that the trees, they show up in different random clumps, and they're based on the moisture level of the map. So we're going to play on hard, and I have this DLL plugin still where we start on hard with no money. So I'm going to go ahead and take out a loan for $20,000, and that $20,000 loan is pretty much the limit that I can take. And that's going to give us enough to build a highway across the map, mainly because they're small maps. And that gives us about $6,000 left over. So we can put down our overpass on-ramp with an avenue. And this is going to be our downtown. And I'm going to go and grab the railroad. Another problem that I had was the railroad was broken, and I couldn't actually put down any railroads. And that was the main reason why I started messing with my plugins folder. Because I decided it was time for me to start to put down railroads, and I couldn't. So now I can, and here they are. Put this right through town, off to the next map. So now I'm going to take a road, and right at the end of our avenue, I'm going to put a road through. Now the next step is I need a source of income, which is going to be this casino. I'm going to put it on the other side of the highway here. Let's get our avenue connected. And now I don't want to run out of money, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring a dirt street. We're going to put our first big apartment complex building. And then I'm going to come around this crater like this. So now I'll put down some businesses really quick. We'll get these things to start to grow. We're going to need a lot of businesses. And I'm going to change my taxes to 0. We're not going to tax our low wealth residents. Abolish those. And I need power and water. So we get our power plant and our water tower. So now see the date down here is March 19th, 00. So let's go ahead and save this game and exit. And now I'm going to go and pop back into my beginning town. We're going to hit play. We're going to let a day or two go by. Now I'll save it and exit to the region. So it's 11/8/01. So that's November 8th, first year. Now I come back to this town and look at the date. 11/8/2001. 01. It'd be 3001. We're in the year 3000. We'll just say that. So yeah, all of our maps are going to have synchronized dates so we can keep track of what year it is in the game that we started. And I think that's just awesome. I've always wanted that. I've always was like, I wish the dates were the same. And sometimes I'd go through and I'd play SimCity. And I remember, like when I was a kid, I'd play a city for 1 year, and then I'd go to the next city and I'd play that for 1 year. And I did that for a while, but now this is even better. So I'm going to look at my budget, and I'm going to turn on legalized gambling. And now, with the little bit of money that I have, how much is one? $50 for 1 square. So along this back roads here, I'm going to get a few houses. I'm going to make them just be medium density. We'll just have 3 of them. Now this whole back road here is going to be filled with houses. I want to have a mix with houses and apartments. And I still have on the ×6 jobs mod. So we're still in a post-scarcity society. We don't need industry and farms. This is all about being cozy and looking beautiful. And we got all these forests and shit that we can look at. Very dense. And there's flowers and bushes. And I'm only going to stay in each town for a little while. I want to push our highway and our railroad. Oh yeah, you know what? Speaking of railroad, let's put in a passenger station. Well, I don't actually have enough money for this. But when I put it in, I'm going to put it in here. And then I'm going to build a street out and around. So we still only have $47. And I don't want to take any more loans, because we're just barely breaking even. And if I take another loan, I won't be able to afford it. Alright, so I got some money back. Let's go in here and add just a couple of these houses. Just around the crater. Over here, looking out into the bay. I think that's enough. Now, the apartment building, we can come back in here and we can fill in the trees that got cut down when it went up. That'll look awesome. Yeah, so I gotta turn off my mission indicator buttons. Year 2, February. So I'm going to let a few things grow. $161. Let's put down some more commercial zones. Commercial zones are going to be the bread and butter. That's how we make money. Commercial zones. So far my income is $94. And that's just going to represent, instead of taxes, I'm going to say that represents people buying and selling things. Since we don't have industry. And now vanilla, this building can support 155 people, but right now it can support 888 people. And this is a huge building here. We have 6,978 colonists who can live in this building. The very first people on Mars, the first landers. So now that I see some development with our houses, I'm going to come back through and we can fill it back in with trees. Sweet. We got money? Yeah, we got $166. So let's add another commercial zone. That started to construct right away. Now really quick here, I'm going to check out the modern camera. I'm going to just twist it down a little. You can see the forest all around our building. My computer does not like doing this. It's already hot enough as it is, inside and outside. And doing this is making my computer heat up. It's making my whole room heat up. Let's turn it back to classic. That was fun. Every once in a while I go and twist the camera down so we can see what it looks like. And now I have $171. I'm going to speed it up a little. Let's go through and save up some money. I'm going to zone some more commercial now that I have it saved up. We're still on year 2 and probably going to need some more houses. Yeah, I'll put it on speed mode for just a little while. Get some money up. I got $700, $1,000. That should be enough. So over here on these back roads, I'm going to, yeah, if I click this abandoned building button, it gets rid of the trees so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stretch the street out this way, and I'm going to put down an apartment building at the end of the street, like that. It'll be nice. There it goes. Starts to develop. What do we got? Project Bootstrap. Same as the other one. Oh yeah. I'm going to change my architectural style to change every single year. And this city is just going to be Houston 1990 style for now. I might change back. For the first few years, I just want some 1990 style buildings. Now with this remaining $380, I don't think that I could have any more commercial. No. Let's put a few houses here along our back road. Our kind of neighborhood thing that we got going on. And I want a nice mix. I want a mix of all the buildings. Whoops, I should be putting medium. I shouldn't be putting dense. I want dense eventually. But right now I'm trying to save some money. Alright, we got some more commercial development. I got $149. So let's put down another zone. Let's put it over here. Let's put them over here by our casino. You can only fit 2 zones, but that's alright. I decided to put a different persistent automa thing in here. So there's less cars than before. And I took apart the network add-on mod. So I still have the network add-on mod in here for the pathfinding. But I don't have anything else really. So it's all vanilla road network. It's all vanilla traffic density, capacity, or however you would say it. I don't know. All right, so $194. Let's come in here, add some more houses on our back roads. If I can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, no money left. That's why. I got $14. And yeah, the reason I'm using medium density is because if you put low density next to this, it turns it into a street. I don't know if I installed the mod wrong or whatever, but I'm going to stick with medium and dense to keep the back roads dirt. So I got $149. And I'd rather build some commercial. So let's have another commercial strip over here by the casino. And I am going to want to have a road this way to prepare for the landfill. Let's get another business here on the corner. See, $134. Let's add some more houses here in our neighborhood. Fill it in with some trees. Now I feel like any time here a fire is going to break out, and I'm going to need a fire station soon. And that's if I do need one and I don't have any money. I'd like to save my loan. Let's fill these trees in while we're waiting for things. Looks so nice. Alright, that should be good. I got $160. That should be enough to put a new zone in. No. So now I'm up to 300. Yeah, there we go. And I think I'm ready to save it and move on to another city. I want to see the date. I'll see how the date works. So it says year 3. So I just saved it. I'll save it again. Now exit. So now I'm going to head back to the landing zone. And here it says it's on year 3. Good. And we're just in time to see our spaceship launch, I think. It looks like it's about to. And it doesn't look like my budget changed while I was gone. So the budget doesn't move, just the date. That's cool. And it doesn't look like this is going to lift off. So I'm going to save it and exit. And now I'm going to come to this tile. And I'm going to bring up, let's see. Let's name this city Livingston. We're going to play on hard. So I'm going to pause it. And the first thing I'll do is I'm going to save, exit. And now I'll come right back into town. Oh, I need to hit play. Right, so I'll hit play. And I'll save the city. And I'll exit the city. Now when I come back, oh, it didn't work. Let's come back into the new city here. Oh, I didn't change its name. Oh well. So this is year 3. So now let's exit. So when I come back in here, okay, good. The year has changed. So you just got to mess with it a little. So first things first, let's take out this loan. I might need 25,000. I'll take 20,000 for now. Just we'll bring this across the map like this. And then I want to bring another one out here to the next side. So it has 3 connections. And I'm going to do the same thing with my train. Let's bring the railroad through. And let's see. Let's raise the highway a little. Well, I already destroyed it. Let me do a little test. So I could have a bridge. Nah. We'll bring it under the highway. So every city is going to be connected with a railroad, and only some are going to be connected with a highway. So now I'll put down our trees. So yeah, it puts different trees in different locations. Let's fill it in as much as I can. It looks like in here is going to have a bunch of blank spots, but that's cool. And okay, that's it. So now we're going to need to have our off-ramp. And my downtown should be probably down here. I wanted it to be in the middle. So let's get rid of this railroad. And I messed everything up. But that's fine. That's fine. Not fine. Exit. Alright, so I'm going to come back in here and start over. So, what did I do wrong and what do I need to do different? The first thing I'm going to do is take out my loan. We're going to get the highway through like that. And the very first thing I'm going to do is put down our downtown area like this. I don't want to spend too much money. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to make a bridge over the highway. Whoops. Okay, so it looks like I don't have bridges over highways. So there's something. Oh well. So let's get the railroad over to the other side of the map. And let's do our highway connection like this to the other map. And also, we'll raise the highway up just a little. Yeah, I am going to need to take another loan. I'll take 10,000. Get the highway over here. Oh no. Okay, hit cancel. There we go. Now, I can take the railroad, bring it under the highway. Now I can plant my trees. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. So we need to have the entrance. I don't want to have everything blocked up. It's wasting all my money. So I have $3,000 left. So let's take a road. And let's see, let's bring the road next to the railroad tracks. We'll put in our passenger station here. We're going to need power and water. Put my casino for my source of income. Like this. Cool. We can go to city ordinances and legalize gambling. So I have $1,902 left. So right across from the train station, I'm going to put my first apartment building. And I'll change the building style to Houston 1990. And I'm hoping that that grows without needing to have a store, but it might not. So now that everything's down, I want to change the date. So let's save it. Oh, there's a fire. Okay, let's build our first fire station. I'm going to put it right here next to... Actually, let's put it on the corner between the house and the passenger train station. Now the budget is looking bad, mainly from our loan. So let's take the fire station and let's just delete it. I don't need it. Now let's take our road here and we'll stretch it way out to this field. And I'll take medium density houses and I'm going to put a bunch down all down this back road here. Now our first residential apartment holds 6,500 people. Pretty cool. Now before I forget, looks like losing some money. That's fine. Let's put down some commercial. Oh, I can't because I don't have any money. Alright, so I'm going to save this one and exit. Yeah, let's at least get the date synced up. So now I saved and exited and left here, and now I'm going to come back in right away. Nope, that's not how it works. Yeah, so we'll go into the old city and I'll save it. Now I'll pop back out into the region. Now when I go back in here, date has changed. Alright, so I'm going to move on to a new city. I'm going to keep going south. So we'll come down here. And now this one, it's only going to have one highway connection, so it'll probably be easier. This will be called Traverse. Now I'll take my ground highway, take the loan for 20,000, send the highway across. I'm going to build my downtown area. So I'm going to put it probably right here. It's a good spot. So I'll take my railroad and bring this all the way through town. I'm going to put down my trees Get everything filled in. It's nice and green. A lot of flowers on this map. It all filled in nice and thick. Alright, so now we'll hit play. I'm going to save it. Actually, I'm going to put down some shit first. So let's put down the casino. Put it right here. Casino, power, water. And let's legalize gambling. And put down the passenger train station. Just like that. And I'll put down a couple of businesses. And then behind the businesses, we're going to put down some houses. On the other side. Let's put it on the other side. And I'm also going to put a little dirt road like this. And we can put some medium density houses down it. Down both sides. So now that everything's all set up, oh, another thing too, let's put our taxes down to 0. Okay, so now let's change the date. Let's come into here and exit. It's kind of a lot of effort to change the date. Anyway, now it changed. So I think it's... I have to mess with it. Maybe I don't have to go in and out. Maybe it just changes on its own. I just have to wait for it to set. Anyway, so we have some construction now. We have our first project bootstrap. The population is at 7,000. We're 3 years in the game. It's taken us 3 years to get over here. That's cool. So a lot of this commercial demand, I'm going to want to push into my other city that doesn't have any money. So that way it can make some income. I'm spending extra over there because I had to take a bigger loan to put the highway connection into the other town. But it is what it is. It's whatever. And as soon as this apartment building comes up, I'm going to zoom out and we can found a new city. I'm trying to think what the city name should be. Yeah, before I had these trees, it was just vanilla trees. And then I had that mod that make the vanilla trees look more realistic, which is these ones. But it didn't really match with the God mode trees. So these trees are all made by a guy called Cycledog. These are Cycledogs trees. It's the same with the map. The terrain map is also Cycledog. So this is all thanks to the guy named Cycledog, basically. It just looks so beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm probably... Let's go ahead and put down some more businesses just on the corners. Just for fun. Oh, and I do want to connect my casino. There we go. I'll go ahead and put a business there on the corner too. Oh, all the demand is gone for commercial. Isn't that just fun? So let's go ahead and take this dirt road. We'll go all the way across both sides of the map. I'm going to fill it in with houses. Let's have a whole bunch of people living down this dirt road. And I'm going to go ahead and fill some trees in here. Fill in some trees behind our businesses, around our apartment building. Awesome. Alright, so let's save this city here. And I'll exit. So if I load this one, it should say year 4. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's found our new town here. This will be Durand. The first thing I'll do is we'll pause it. We'll put down trees. Now the highway here is probably going to go over the north side of this crater. Okay, I think that's good. So let's take the $20,000 loan that we need. Take our highway. Get rid of the trees. And let's do something like this. Try not to waste more money than necessary here. Okay, so we've connected. So now I'll do the same thing with the railroad. Bring this straight across. This is way cheaper. But I do like having the highways. And I do want to spend the money on it. I think that's worth it. So downtown. Where do I want downtown? I'll put downtown right here. We'll spread our avenue both ways like this. We'll put a little dirt road in the back of each side. So step 1, we need a source of income. Let's put our casino like that right there. Now across from the casino, I'll put my first apartment block. Put 1 square of businesses right there. And I'm going to take my back road and I'll make like a square back here. And we'll fill this. Put a bunch of medium houses in back. Now I'll hit play. And I'm going to always keep everything on Rhino speed. Sometimes I might speed it up for a few seconds. But I want to keep it on Rhino speed so we can keep the dates synchronized. So I need power. Let's get power and water here. So now we'll start to see some development. And I think these trees just look so good. I can't get over it. I kind of was playing around looking at my cities and stuff, like build it, like maybe a few tester towns. But now I'm excited to actually get in here and start building. For a minute, I wanted to use industry, and I was going to start a game with industry, but I really don't want to mess these trees up. And so instead of industry, I decided to look for a space elevator. So I found a space elevator. So we're just going to imagine all of our industry is in orbit. And we don't have any industry on the surface. The surface of the planet Mars, it's all about having fun and hanging out and going on vacation. It's big vacation areas. And I picked these small maps for two reasons. So the first reason for the small map is it's a lot easier to have trees. The bigger maps, I couldn't really put all these trees in here. It took a long time. I couldn't just put them all down real fast. And it made my computer get hot while I was putting trees down. And the second benefit of a small map is it makes each area a little more personalized. I like that. So it's going to feel like home. You know, each city is going to have its own feeling. So I'm losing money. I forgot to legalize gambling. So that's fine. Let's turn up the speed a little and get a few dollars added into the bank. Make sure that we're not taxing our residents. So I have $788. And I'm going to put another apartment building down. Let's get one over here. Way over here. Right up here in this top corner. I'm going to go 3 tiles away from the side of the map. Insufficient funds. That's fine. Instead of the apartment building, let's just put down some single family homes. Just like that. And I can come in here and I can fill these trees back in by our businesses and apartment. I guess there wasn't too many trees to fill in. We didn't cut down too many. Oh, I just noticed that the mouse cursor is not on the recording screen. So nobody can see the mouse cursor unless I can go like this, I guess, if you can see it. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not on there. That's kind of funny. There you can see it like this. So here's our houses under construction. Let's zoom in here and look at them. A bunch of trailers and shacks. Okay, so let's save this. Let's exit out to the region here. And what am I going to do now? Let's build a new town. I'm not going to do much with it. This is going to be called Argent. It would be called Hicks. This would be called Hicks. So the only thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to throw the highway and the railroad across. And I'll put some trees. Then I'm going to go and mess with the date synchronization again. I'm going to have to move the highway up a little. Uh-oh. That was bad. Let's move the highway up, and then that should be enough. Now we can go all the way over. Grab the railroad. I have to push it up a little like this too. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's restart. I'm gonna go south this time. Hicks. The city of Hicks. Let's take our highway south. Take out our first loan for the highway. We'll go south towards the bottom of this crater. Yeah, that's better. So now I can take my railroad. We can come straight across the surface over to here, over to the east side. So now we'll come in and get the trees together. Plant all kind of trees throughout the map. Down here by the coast looks pretty cool. Some leafy green trees. And up higher you see the pine trees. I won't spend too much time filling it in. Just a little bit here and there. Okay. So now we'll save this map. Exit. Let's mess with the dating system again. Let's come back here to Durand. So when we left it was on year 0. And I come back and it still says year 0. Let's come back to the main city. It says 3. Let's exit. So the last one we were on that had the right date is this one, I think. This was on year 4, January, year 4. So we'll save this map. We'll exit. Now I'll come to the landing site. Okay, January, year 4. So now if I come to this new city, Durand, okay, January 15th, year 4. Cool. Now I load Hicks, and it's January 16th, year 4. Alright, let's head back to one of our towns. Let's go to Livingston. Let's try to fix our problem with our debt. So, first I want to lower taxes, which might sound weird, but whatever. Even though I'm losing money, I'm going to be able to unlock the casino. So then we can put our second casino. And I think that'll fix the problem. I definitely cannot afford to take another loan. That'll just make things worse. So I'll keep my eyes open for the reward for the other casino. I guess I could build a prison. Let's put down a federal prison. Let's put it over here next to the highway. Build a road over here to it. Oh, I can't get the road over there yet, but at least I am making some money. Okay, so this one says 3, but I don't want it to be year 3. So that whole dating system, I'm not sure how it really works. So I know that I was here, and I know that it said year 4. Yeah, it says January 4th. Now when I come back into this city, okay, now the year changed back to the 4th. All right. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it continuously or not. As long as I keep my eyes on it, I guess it could be pretty cool. Anyway, so the prison's down. I'll make some money, and I'll build my street over there towards it. And I can fill in some trees around the prison. Maybe? Yeah. I can fill some in there. Looking good. So now, let's get some commercial buildings up and going. And each of our towns are going to kind of fight for commercial buildings. Because it's on these small maps will make our cities more specialized. So eventually we'll see some cities evolve with more offices and others with more services. Get rid of those cars that are driving around. I'm just watching it grow. I have $600, so I'm going to put down some more commercial zones. I have demand for commercial, and I definitely need some here. Let me see if anyone leaves. Yeah, we have a couple people who leave on train and the highway, cut through on the highway. So the railroad system is working. And I make $30 from it. And it costs me okay, so the railroad costs me $12 and I earn $30 from the passengers. That's cool. Let's see, $580. I can afford to put some more commercial zones. Sweet. So with this $130, let's put some more houses down our back road. Let's put them right into town. No, let's cut it short. Let's start a little distance away from the apartment. And let's take the road this way. And I'll come out a little, and we're gonna come over top of the crater. Oh, no money. That's all right. Let's see, I'm gonna save it. So all of our houses just developed. So let's add in our trees. Replant the trees all around where we cut it down at. Cool. Now we'll save and head over to the region. Nice humble little town. Okay, that looks cool. So that's the beginning of my new season. We got some cool trees and everything's working out. There's a couple bugs. It looks like I had a bug with the railroad, the bridge over the highway. But the highway over the railroad worked fine, so that's okay. And that's it. I'm going to upload this, and I don't know what I'll do next, but we'll see. Have a good day. See you later.